that Boyoteno is not going to be actually playing with me from, I think, now on, yes?
Yeah, for the time being.
Yeah, so he's going to be commentating on all my stuff uh, from a kind of like, I don't know, commentator from an esports game viewpoint. So if you want to
Yeah,
do all that
but
stuff,
I
that's going to
think
be
I think it'll be
separate.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be separate from what I do. So I'm going to be actually playing as if I was going to be completely solo here, and he's going to be commenting on all that happens. So that's his side of things. Meanwhile, my side of things, I'm going to be showing off how I warm up and how I go into the competitive with the proper mentality. So yeah, probably is going to be changing in future depending on how I change up my warm up routines. But yeah, here it goes. Well, first and foremost, I start off with going into the shooting range and popping some bots. So yeah, that it's kind of that simple for me. I do have a structure to this. I do this every single time. And even before this, I actually have like an
So this
hour
part I
where I
will not
just
be
sit there
commentating
and
over,
meditate.
since this is just
So I
his
picked
warm-up
from
routine.
my days at
But for
company.
those that don't know,
So yeah,
Neagle9 is a
long, long time ago, I developed
Sky
this
player.
skill,
He mains the
and
Judge,
yeah,
but can also
it's been
use the
a couple
Phantom.
hours. Actually, managed to
Um,
pick up this
he is
skill.
also
So
pretty good at getting headshots,
I'm gonna
but
start off with the sheriff here,
he sometimes
and
tends to
yeah,
get in his own head.
100 bots
But we will
in
see that
action.
soon enough if it does
Alright,
indeed happen that way, just like I thought, or I think it will be.
fancy.
But right now he's going through his training routine, and I will
For around 5 minutes.
join back with all of you after his training routine is done. For the time being, enjoy Neagle9's voice and his description on how he gets ready for any competitive match.
Everything properly aligned and such. So yeah, it's kind of boring, but it's necessary. You need to get these things out before you really start to do anything in the game. And hey, so this is what I was like back then. I do watch my own stuff, just make sure that I didn't miss anything the first time around, which I usually do, totally honest. So, first and foremost, one of the things I made sure to do from last time was, oh man, last time, I kept my frame rate at 120 frames, because a week ago I tried doing the exact same thing I'm doing right now, and, well, let's say the frame rate was around 70 to 90 on average. And then when I popped into competitive, it stayed like that when I was facing off against a Smurf. So it was a 1 to 13 game. Yeah, it was awful all around, barely watchable, and super salty the entire time. So we scrubbed it. And I mean we, because I asked Tenno, my buddy, to get rid of his version as well. It was... I was biased. I'll be completely honest. That's on me. He said he had a really good time, so I'll take it for granted that I was apparently good enough for him to get hype over, despite everything that was happening, so... Good on you, bud. I didn't feel it. Sorry. But anyways, yeah, after that horrible defeat, I, you know, rubbed dirt in the wound and kept on going, and now I've actually been placed back into bronze. So, win or lose this upcoming competitive game, I'm going to actually remain in that category. I will remain in bronze. So, yay! Yeah, I think I got like 10 extra points to spend on this game. I'm gonna try to win, obviously. Not just trying to, like, you know, particularly a loss, but just saying, I have a secret net now. So that's always nice. Oh yeah, and I am practicing with the sheriff because it is the least forgiving out of all the guns in this game, in my opinion. Because you can't zoom in, and if you miss, you have a half-second cooldown before you're actually ultimately accurate. Even when you're standing still, you're doing. You can't just like kind of spray like if you're gonna do that, it's not gonna happen. Also, with only 6 bullets, you really have to make your bullets count. Anyways, has that been enough time? I think that's just about enough time. Maybe like a couple more seconds. Yeah, not exactly enough. I'll give a little bit longer. Again, this part is not like, super crazy and phenomenal. Oh, you have to watch this part. Oh, just skip it if you want to. Honestly, this is for my sake. This is the process and how I do things. So yeah, just remind myself what it is to play this game. To get starting, in my opinion. Alright, well, I think that's just about enough time. So, after I shoot bots for like a quick second, I turn back on strafe, off practice, and then start with this. This is where I actually help to practice micro tracking. I always have it set to strafe, so I have to make sure I'm actually going for precision on these things, and not for speed. See? I always have trouble with this left side for some reason. Maybe it's because of my reticle, maybe it's because the side is like doing something weird in my brain. I don't know. Yeah, it's just like these micro adjustments from really far away that I have to like contend with. And yeah, I just do 100 because that usually gives me enough time for roughly 5 minutes of doing this, which is what I'm going for. Everything is in roughly 5-minute increments, so okay. With some of the other stuff, I make it a little bit quicker for reasons. But yeah, this thing, I try to make it like just consistent every single time. And this is the process I do whenever I go into a late night game of Valorant. Oh yeah, perfect sweet spot for playing a game like this. 3 in the morning. All the people who are supposed to be asleep are asleep, and the people who are not asleep and playing this game are usually really tired. So if you're a crazy person like me and set your own schedule, see, this is why I need to practice. Otherwise, I would be doing this in-game, and I would be dead like 5 times over. So yeah, 3 in the morning seems to be a really good time. Everyone that I've encountered so far has been like super mature, and I don't have any like, you know, kids dealing with just screaming in the background with nonsense and immaturity. So yeah, it's just been really nice time of night. Plus the people I'm paired with are usually higher end of their allotted spectrum. Like, I'm getting people who are like the higher end of bronze, and I even got a person that was silver last season, but was bronze 3 this season. Yeah, it was pretty good. And yeah, I just really like how it is at 3 in the morning. I tried a couple of times to do daytime competitive. Oh no, I hated that. I loathed that. That was god awful. Everyone was just like, you know, W keying super hard, not using like any of their brain cells to like, you know, formulate a strategy, and then they get pissed at each other for stuff that they themselves are doing wrong. Like, okay, you ran in without a strategy and a Bucky. I don't know what you're trying to do. They have rifles. So yeah, having people who actually have a head on their shoulders instead of, you know, meat, just like, you know, your like muscle brain cells in their heads, is actually super useful. So that's why I try to do things at night. But yeah, it just feels a lot better. But the only problem is, it is 3 in the morning. So either you've been up for a very long time, or you just woke up. So yeah, concentrate on this. No, not again. Yeah, these guys have different speeds for when they strafe, and it's always random what it is. Sometimes they're faster, sometimes they're slower, but that usually is harder for me for whatever reason. Nope. 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 Come on. Yep, there we go. Nope. Whoop. Nope. Yeah. Nothing. I know it's not like super glorious and glamorous and wow, so amazing to look at, but this is honestly kind of what I need. I just need consistency. So that's one of the complaints I actually have about unrated. Since it's unrated, there are no boundaries for the upper and lower limits of the skill set you're pairing up with and pairing against. So you get anywhere from, you know, people in silver or higher paired up with you, to people who are not even rated at all, who've never been into competitive, and may or may not ever go into it. So yeah, I just find it way more inconsistent time. That's why I don't really like it that much. It's good for like grinding a bit, but honestly, there's other ways you can do that better. Like the Spike Rush mode. I actually like that a lot. Okay, so after I do that, and I actually completed it faster than I wanted to, 300 seconds equals 5 minutes. Just FYI. At least, I think so. I'm bad at math, but I think I did it on a calculator once, so I think this is correct. So yeah, sometimes I finish faster, sometimes I finish slower, it's kind of whatever. But now I go into medium bots and go for speed. So, nope. Okay, so I'm usually pretty bad when it comes to the first round of the speed test. That's why I put it on medium, just to, like, you know, get my brain working that direction. Then I kick it up a notch. Then I go to hard, just so I can practice myself. By the way, Sheriff in medium, for some odd reason, I'm terrible at it. I'm usually getting, like, the score of 23 fairly consistently with any other weapon, but with the Sheriff, I usually get, like, 15, and, you know, like, the teens area when it comes to medium. But for hard, well, we'll see. Okay, so 4. My maximum I've ever gotten is 11 with this thing. But 4 is usually a good warm-up. I was actually kind of fiddling around with my chair on that last bit. That's why I didn't even, like, aim at one of them. Let's see. Going back to medium, after I've experienced the speed of hard, usually has good results. Yeah, okay. Halfway through that, I remembered my training. I have to force myself to relax when I'm doing these things, because being super stressed out doesn't accomplish anything when it comes to this. So, to combat that, I actually remembered my sensei telling me about the breathing training. Just concentrate on the breath and just make it steady. That usually evens out the rest of you. So, yeah, having ragged breathing usually offsets your mental tempo. So, yeah, things I remember. Not bad. Partway through that, I realized I was at 9, and then I was like, oh, I'm close to getting past my record. Oh no, I'm panicking. So yeah, I had to regain composure there, but that's usually how it works. Emotions equals gun skills, what I'm told. So yeah. All right, after I've done 2 medium and then 2 hard, I usually switch it up and then go back to bot strafing. And then I jump into the arena. Yeah, get rid of it. No, that's it. Get rid of it. Hey, what? Ow! Okay. Now I'm just floundering here. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. And this is practicing counter strafing. So just go a direction. Try to get a headshot. After... nope, not that one. Yeah, this one I'm not very good at. That's why I'm still training it. I need to make sure I'm actually focusing on this aspect. Keeping the reticle on the head. So that while I'm moving, I can actually just, dead stop and start shooting proper. But, yeah. Getting good with the classic is kind of necessary. Because you always have it, and it can really save your bacon if you manage to whip it out after you've unloaded your entire clip. Go. And I'm not going for kills here, I'm just going for accuracy. Strafing, and then shooting. And then there's this mode. But yeah, just actually keeping tracking of the thing while I'm moving. Make sure I can actually get a headshot. I'm not very good at this one yet, to be honest. Ah. This is me actually trying, by the way. I'm not trying to... Go. Oh, hey. Hi, how are you? I need my sword. So what can I have a character that has a sword? Like, seriously. I want one of those. Just a big old, like, cleaver or something. I mean, come on, I'll just take an axe at this point. Okay. Oh yeah, for all of these, I have turned on bot armor. So that's why they're not dying in one headshot. Not aiming properly. Go. Always visit that corner. Nope. No, I'm just spamming at that point. Nope. No. Calm. Nope, he didn't move. Yep, okay, he moved there. Okay, I'm just doing the super spammy, right back and forth movement. Oh man, that's super hard to do when I'm actually like trying to turn. No, I'm definitely not gonna practice that from this point because I still need to get the regular strafing down. Okay. Like 100 seconds-ish left. Nope. There we go. The reason why I'm not using the sheriff for this is because I need to practice with the classic. Not even trying with the rifles at the moment because I find those are actually a little bit too forgiving in my opinion. But having a classic at range is a little bit harder to do in my opinion since it's outside of its optimal range. Come on, I just keep whizzing past its head. There we go. Okay. There we go. Close range, alternate fire, super deadly. Is that one even moving? It's not! Okay, I'm just terrible. Good to know. Nope. Nope. Sometimes I just need to actually start dead stopping and just shooting. Nope. Ah. This is why I practice. Is this a real game? Oh man, I'm probably just dead stopping just doing this, like. And then I'd probably run out of ammo there, and then this dude would kill me. Like, seriously, that's the reason why I practice. There are plenty of situations, yep, where classic is all you got. Oh, I'm out of time. Well, look at that. Alright, and now I actually switch out of this entirely, and then go on to the next bit, where I actually play some games. Oh, wow, look at that. I'm gonna be doing some escalation. So if you skipped out all that first, like, 20 minutes or so, welcome! This is the actual game. Alright, I like to do escalation because it helps me train with all types of weapons. And I like to be proficient with pretty much everything. Plus, it focuses on gunplay more than any of the abilities or whatnot. So yeah, it kind of forces you to focus on the fundamentals, which I like. Plus, it's super fast and quick. I love it. And chaotic. More chaotic things are the
Alright, so
I do in them.
This is not competitive yet. As he said, this is escalation, but it is a good way to practice your gun skill. So I will be commentating on his gun skill and headshots, and his accuracy, as well as the use of many different other guns, and commentating on if he's getting in his own head or anything like that. So right away we see that he is using the ultimate of Raise because everybody has it, and that is part of the game mode itself, because you can use abilities as well. We are given some abilities. First he peeks out, and because he sees that that other person was there, and he manages to kill the Yoru. Unfortunately, he gets taken down by Omen, and Omen is immediately taken down soon after by his jet. Next, since he was able to get a kill, he is able to level up to the weapon that he is able to get pretty good kills with. Unfortunately, he could not kill the Yoru because he was distracted by the Raise and the fact that she was using her bombs to move. She may not even know, well, he may not even actually know that that is what a lot of Raises do now, but that is completely okay. So he comes up here from heaven, headed towards middle, and unfortunately he does not get the kill on Yoru again because he moved his gun a little too much, and also Yoru had the peeker's advantage as well. He knows that the enemy team was right there. He was able to kill Yoru because he did not have his gun out, and he's also able to get the kill on Omen because well, Neagle9 had Peeker's advantage. Peeker's advantage is a great thing and should definitely be taken advantage of whenever you can. He's also able to get a kill on Yoru, which is really nice. And his team is doing wonders. Unfortunately, he did not check the other angle and got killed by Cypher. Seems like the enemy team, it seems like the team wants to go through mid. Now they have grenades, which are fairly easy to use as long as you don't hurt your teammates. Unfortunately, he did not check heaven, and he was immediately taken down by Jet, who's on a killing spree right now. But it seems he's able to get the Jet and the Omen. Unfortunately, he could not get the Omen. I thought he was going to be able to clean it up, but unfortunately he could not. But his teammates seem to have gotten the Omen as he gets the Omen himself. And Yoru, apparently. So, now we do have more of the grenade gameplay. Assuming there is somebody over there, which there more than likely is. Because you see the enemy grenades coming at you.
Oh, yes. I don't even know.
Alright. Now he's going to check Heaven to see if he can get a kill or any sort of vision.
Around 47 health for a long time now.
It seems like the enemy team have moved on to the next weapon, which is the Bulldog. And they seem to be cleaning up relatively well. But now, the home team has gotten the Bulldog. Unfortunately, Phoenix did have the upper hand by getting Peeker's advantage as well. Neagle9 was saying something there. Now we get to see if they can get a kill from Heaven. Well, it seems like we got somebody there. And another person there. Unfortunately, he was zoomed in, so he could not get the kill on Phoenix. If he was not zoomed in, he might have been able to swing and get the kill on Phoenix. Unfortunately, he did get killed by the enemy Guardian. And he's able to get a Guardian himself. That was an excellent kill on Cypher. Unfortunately, he could not get the kill on Jet because the Jet moved and swung too fast for him to track. He knows the Jet is still there, and the Jet gets cleaned up by his rays. And Brimstone also cleans up another enemy teammate. Seems to be going so far pretty well for them. Unfortunately, the enemy team is ahead by quite a bit, but it is very possible for them to clean up. Unfortunately, Cypher has taken down our lovely Reyna. But now they have the same gun, and the enemy team has a bad sniper. But Jet, of course, being the great sniper that she is able to get some pretty good picks. The enemy team is doing amazing so far, being able to catch Neagle9's team off guard. He knows that there are two in Heaven now. He's able to get the next one, and then he could still get, if he can get the Yoru. Unfortunately, he could not get the Yoru, but his teammates got the Yoru as well. The Jet seems to be on a tear right now, and it seems that the home team is closing the gap, and he ended up picking up a kill on Omen. Unfortunately, he missed the kill on Phoenix, and he missed the kill on Yoru, causing them to get an uneven trade. And now we get to see if he can get a kill, knowing that two at least are in Heaven with the Judge. He's able to get the Judge himself, so now Neagle9 is on his signature pick and weapon. And he's able to get 2 kills right off the bat with the Judge. Let's see if he can go through mid and try to get to B to see if he can clean up. And sure enough, he gets, unfortunately, neither of those kills, but the Raze gets a double. And now he's going to try and peek through ramps, but unfortunately, Yoru had the peeker's advantage with the Sheriff. The Sheriff is the better weapon in that when it comes to headshot percentage. He's able to kill the unsuspecting Cypher because he was distracted by the Killjoy. So that was excellent teamwork on their part. But unfortunately, the enemy team is now on the Frenzy. Let's see if they can actually get to the final ability before Neagle9's team happens to catch up. It seems they will be able to be catching up, and they now have the Frenzy, but unfortunately the enemy team does have the advantage here and is on the final level. Let's see what happens here as the enemy team has shock arrows and Neagle9's team has the Frenzy. It seems like Neagle9 is able to clean up a kill with the Frenzy, and the home team is starting to catch up now onto that final level. Now everybody is tied. The enemy team is still ahead by a little bit. Let's see what happens here. And he manages to trade with the Phoenix. Let's see if he can get another kill for his team. As the Killjoy goes down, he is unfortunately not able to get a kill on the Yoru, but the Yoru gets a kill on him, and that is the match.
This is actually good for me. This is good news.
Excellent work.
That means my MMR is going to be lower. So that means I'm going to be matched with people that are lower than what I'm supposed to be. Yes, this makes sense. Cool. I think.
And now we should be getting into the
Positive.
real meat
Not bad.
and potatoes.
Also, yeah, probably the reason why we lost. Alright, let's do that again.
And
One
he
more, and then
gets
we
into it again.
Match
And
found.
after the competitive match, I don't know where we're gonna go from there.
And he's on his signature agent. But that means absolutely nothing except, you know, familiarity. Since it is escalation after all.
Warm up.
Ow.
Commentating is pretty fun, guys. I enjoyed it a lot. I didn't think I would enjoy commentating a whole bunch, but I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would. Honestly. I kind of want to do more of it, but I can't find other settings to be able to do it in.
We lost Arena.
Fight.
Go, go, go!
It seems like they are starting off with the Ghost and then going right into the Frenzy soon after. Alright, now Neagle9 will be slow peeking with the Ghost here. Going through Hookah. It seems like there are 2 in Hookah, 3 in Hookah now. Neagle9 ends up cleaning up one of the kills for Killjoy. But unfortunately, the enemy team was too much for Neagle9, and they cleaned him up instead, along with the 2 other teammates that he had with him. It seems like there are still other people there. And he's able to get one of the kills, unfortunately, but not the Omen. The Omen is pretty good right now.
Behind you! No!
Now they now have the Frenzy. And Neagle9 gets finally the kill on Omen, but unfortunately could not get the kill on the Killjoy. Because they have Frenzies. And Frenzy is evidently a little bit better than the Ghost. They seem to all have came through the teleporter. And now Neagle9 has the Frenzy and is able to catch up. Let's see if he can actually do some things here. But unfortunately, the enemy team does have Spectres. And any form of gun is better than an automatic pistol. Fortunately, they were camping. That is quite dirty. But it is a legitimate strategy. Alright, Neagle9 is going to try to go through the portal. Unfortunately, there was someone behind him again. And he's just going to keep camping there. Let's see if Neagle9 realizes that and decides to go through a different way. He does indeed decide to go through a different way. After seeing his teammate clean up one of the kills, he also gets a kill himself. And he's able to get 2 kills right off the bat just from holding that angle. That just goes to show how important holding an angle actually is. While he holds that doorway as well and is able to get 3 kills right off the bat. Unfortunately, he could not get a 4th and a 5th.
That was a good tactic, but they catched on real quick.
They definitely did catch on real quick, Neagle9. You are correct. Let's see if they decide to stay right there. Let's see if they can get any unsuspecting people. They indeed did. And unfortunately, they are now on the Ares. And Neagle9 manages to get a kill with the whatever this gun is, because I completely forgot and it left my mind. He's able to get 2 kills Unfortunately, he could not get the kill on the Killjoy, but now he has the Bucky. Let's see if anything happens here. Unfortunately, nothing does because the enemy team does have the Judge, and it is currently, as of this patch, better than the Bucky. But he's able to get a kill on the Bucky against the Omen because the Omen was unsuspecting, and they are now working together to try and catch up as we speak. And unfortunately, the Yoru does go down, and he's able to get a kill on the Killjoy along with the Raze, and he's able to get another kill. Well, his team is able to get another kill on the Omen, and he's able to clean up on the Jet, but unfortunately, he goes down by the Cypher. They're still ahead by a little bit, but he's able to get one kill on the Cypher. Unfortunately, he does not finish the kill on the Raze. Neagle9 knows there are two there. Let's see what he can do about it. He is on his signature weapon now, and is able to get no kills because unfortunately he was moving and shooting at the same exact time. Neagle9 manages to get a kill on the Cypher, knowing the enemy team is sending through bots. Let's see if, yep, and sure enough, he gets impatient and goes through. And now Neagle9 is able to switch weapons, and unfortunately gets cleaned up by the spam of bots, which is another reason why I don't exactly like escalation, but that is completely okay because I'm not playing. Neagle9 is. Neagle9 gets a kill with the Bulldog, but unfortunately gets cleaned up by the enemy Killjoy. Let's see what happens here.
We're still behind.
That is excellent on his part. Now he is on the bot phase, and the enemy team is still on the Phantoms. Let's see if anything can be done here so they can catch up. Sure enough, Neagle9 gets a kill with the little boom bot, or the Roomba as people like to call it. Let's see if his team can clean up and catch up to the enemy team that is currently now on the Vandal. Arguably the better weapon, despite Phantom being the most popular pick currently in this patch. Poor Reyna seems to be stuck on the Bucky, and Neagle9 gets a kill. It seems his teammate got the kill on the Omen, and now it seems like they will be able to catch up to the enemy team soon, grabbing the Phantom. Neagle9 manages to get the Phantom because he got the kill on the Raze, and now he gets a kill for his team against the Jet, and his team seems to be cleaning up now, slowly but surely catching up to the enemy team. That is a good angle to hold since his teammates does have teleport completely checked out, and now he gets Vandal. Now he's caught up to the enemy team. Let's see if they can maintain this being on their tails. Sure enough, the enemy team is now on the final level, which is grenades. Grenades are going to be very difficult to fight against, because they can just throw those. They don't have to peek. It seems like the enemy team is about to clean up here. Neagle9's team did do a really great job at catching up, so I will give them props for that. But this is once again one of the flaws of escalation. GG.
That was a good game, though.
It was a good game.
Oh, yeah, it reminds me of home. And when I mean home, I mean just pure chaos.
He does like pure
I
chaos.
was top of the leaderboard. How about
He
that?
sure was.
Heh.
Good for him.
Alright, so...
And now we should be getting
now
into
that
the
fun
real
is out of the way,
meat and potatoes.
we're gonna actually get... Oh my god, I was top of the entire leaderboard. Good to know. Well, now that that is all said and done, I can actually jump into, competitive. Okay, so, at this point in time, I'd like to collect myself light a candle. It's very nice. And black wood, or sorry, black bamboo candle. Got a nice, strong scent. And yeah, that's actually to help out with the, what's it called? Aromatherapy aspect of this thing that I do. And it's to help me out in the second half of the competitive game. I light it right before I actually jump into queue, even. And then I have a single piece of candy ginger to help me with the energy aspect of it. Plus the actual scent combo is quite nice. So, yep. Here we go, I guess.
Alright,
See how
as we
long it
get
takes me to
in,
actually get into a queue.
I will hop into voice with him.
Yeah, I have a lot of rituals for all this stuff. It's kind of helped me to. Hey, that was pretty quick.
Match found.
Oh, that was
Some
pretty quick.
kind of consistency.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. You're getting into Icebox. Alright, I will let you go over your strategy.
Alright,
Alright.
where's the fight?
So, my strategy here is to
I'll
stay
get
in the back.
Phoenix.
Yeah, that's my entire strategy, just to stay in the
Are
back.
you guys silver? Like, yeah.
I'm not even ranked yet.
Yes, I am wood 2.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of a joke. Ooh, double healers. Let's go.
The vibe doesn't seem too
Normally I
strong.
don't talk during these things, but they seem amenable enough, and I'm also amped from that last game. So yeah, let's see how things go. But getting pretty consistent bronze people around, so that's good. And these people seem to be okay, and we have a fairly decent roster here.
Alright, so that's right as this match starts. We are on Icebox, as his team is Sky, Raze, Omen,
We're on
Phoenix,
defense first.
and Sage
So,
versus
we'll go to
the enemy
spot that
team
allows us
Phoenix,
to get to
Yoru,
the
Sage,
second
Omen,
spot
and
that I was on
Breach.
top of, an enemy team.
Let's see what happens
That
as
is
they are
right
now
here.
currently on the defending side.
It is amazing
For the
that we
first
get that.
round,
200 ping, so I'm not gonna be
it usually tends to determine what will be happening here.
Alright, let's see how this team actually shapes up.
Alright, Neagle9 has a pretty good angle looking at the yellow
I'm going to be right now.
container,
Never mind.
as the home team seems to be pretty good at being spread out right now. Neagle9 should not have looked away. It's good to at least hold that angle with some form of patience. Seems like they are mid. Neagle9 gets a kill right off the bat with a nice trade. He's able to get 2 kills,
Very nice.
and the home team manages to clean up that round completely. Good solid round from them.
Okay.
Good utility buy as
I
well.
don't think we should. I think we should save just in case.
They should definitely save. That is a good call by Neagle9. Natural shot caller.
I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. I'm not buying a single thing.
This guy, you can be with me.
Okay. Let's see what they do now. The Phoenix seems to have bought something. I think a little bit of his team has bought at least a little something. Fortunately, Neagle9 could not get his height position there.
Okay, they're pushing tubes.
It seems to be they are currently going through kitchen,
I did 67
and he was able to get a kill on Yoru, but unfortunately the Omen did get a pretty solid trade. And now they are getting cleaned up by the enemy team as
Spike planted.
one of them plants.
Last player standing.
Unfortunately, the Phoenix did get the flank on the Sage. Let's see what Omen decides to do here. Will he put down any smokes of any kind? It does not seem like it, as he slow walks to the enemy team. Zooms in for the 3 burst, but unfortunately does not get the kill on Sage.
Glad I saved on that one.
They're going to scatter from my stuff. Super easy.
It's a good thing Neagle9 and the Rays decided to save, because now they can actually buy some weapons if they wanted to. Or at least get full shields and a little submachine gun.
Like mid.
yeah.
Alright. Now,
I watched kitchen and mid at the same time.
let's see what happens here. As Neagle9 has his little Spectre. Let's see if they decide to full swing on B or something else.
Okay.
I hit him. What is this hit?
Seems to be going through mid as Neagle9 gets a kill and a beautiful headshot on the Phoenix.
This guy's so bad.
They also are able to take down the Spike carrier as they are all going through mid now.
Yep, they're
And one managed to make it through kitchen. It is the Phoenix. It is the Sage. Sage goes down, and the Omen goes down as well by the Raze, who has a Phantom.
Okay. Good
Excellent
start.
work and good start for the home team. If any of you are fans of Neagle9 and his commitment to being support
Alright, that raises a little bit.
and popping off whenever he gets into the zone, then this match is a treat for you guys, at least at the very start.
Let's see up here.
Alright, they're holding their pretty good positions right here. The home team has bought a few weapons. Let's see if they're able to pop off again. Seems the enemy team might just be headed towards A, as at least one was seen in attacker's spawn. None of them seem to be going B so far, so it seems like they have made a full rotation towards A, or at least maybe delaying it
okay.
just by a little bit.
I heard some noise at B.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Might be something at B, maybe a little bit distraction at B. It seems like the enemy team might be heading towards B.
Blink of time. Okay.
And Raze is able to get the first kill on the breach,
Nice.
killing the spike holder that was in A. And it seems like the Raze has gone down. Seems to be that they are camping A. The spike carrier is once again killed by the Phoenix. The Phoenix trades with the Omen and kills the other Phoenix. And now all that's left is Sage and Yoru.
I like it.
Let's see what happens here since they are now holding the spike. They can actually just hold that, but unfortunately Neagle9 goes down because Sage was using a heavy. But their Sage manages to take down the enemy Sage.
I don't know what the other team is doing.
And now we wait to see what the Yoru is going to do. It seems like the Yoru is not going to save like I thought he would be, which would have been the smarter play.
Kind of weird, isn't it?
But
Tell you what.
the home team is doing extremely well.
These fellas good.
Third round.
Now Neagle9 can actually buy full weapons, which is good. He can commit to a full buy. And
Good news for us.
Neagle9 and his Phoenix have their ultimates run it back. And the Seekers, which is not the official name. I just completely forgot about it.
I mean, if this is gonna be a win, there's gonna
Alright, here we go. It seems like the round is now about to start. The enemy team might try to push through B, which would be the smarter play,
grabbing ult point.
because the home team seems to be suspecting that the enemy team may go in through A, but now that they have vision and information that they are B, the home team is starting to reinforce B, and Neagle9 is able to get at least one kill on the breach, but could not get the kill fast enough on the Omen.
140 euro.
The Raze now sees that there's one there, is able to clean up the kill on the Phoenix. All that's left is Yoru against the home team Sage and Raze, who are actually extremely good.
Nice.
That was an excellent wall from the Sage. Who knows where the Yoru is? Seems the Yoru is nowhere to be found and was saving. Good round. Alright, Neagle9 buys his healing, replenishes his shields,
So I should probably use the.
and he picks up the Vandal, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, he picks up the Vandal and does not default to his Phantom,
Good.
which is all well and good,
For this, I do need a longer range.
because Neagle9 does need the longer range like he said. And it seems like the whole enemy team does have all their ultimates, but the rest
Move to A.
of their team now has ultimate. Sage has her ultimate. Phoenix still has his. And the smokes go out from both sides. Breach goes down
Shots, guys.
because he had his ability out. The wall goes out as well. That means Breach has been resurrected. And let's see what happens here. Neagle9 knows the flank is there and is able to get a kill, get the assist on the Omen.
One enemy remaining.
And since the Breach has been resurrected, he tried to use his concussion, but unfortunately it gets absolutely no one. Neagle9 checks around the yellow box to see if the Breach is there. Breach is apparently dead,
And the flank is
and Sage is nowhere to be found. It seems like the Sage might have the bomb. The Sage manages to get a kill on the home team Phoenix. And Neagle9 manages to clean up, avoiding a death by killing the enemy team Sage.
Slate.
They are on a pretty good winning streak right now, and they are doing incredibly well. Here's to hoping they maintain their lead. Alright, Neagle9 is going back to his original position. He likes to hold the top of B site.
I'm gonna go, A.
But first, right away, he is going to be using his wolf to see if he can get any information. Let's see what happens.
Let's find out if this does anything.
And he gets to see that there are at least 3 on B long, or B main. Neagle9 is going to use his little hawk and try to blind the enemy team. He manages to blind at least some of them. Omen is able to blind as they get counter blinded. Unfortunately, Omen does go down, and the Yoru is right there.
Oh my goodness, that was bad.
As the Phoenix and the Rays are getting kills and cleaning up completely. That was an excellent flash by the Breach. And unfortunately, he does not get the kill on the Breach because the Breach had Peeker's advantage.
Remaining.
Yeah.
All that's left is the Breach. Knows where the Breach is. He 100% knows what the Breach is. And Sage is able to clean up and get the final kill, giving them the win for that round. Excellent work for the home team.
Split second.
They are doing extremely well on defending. Let's see if they can do the same for attacking when the half goes through.
By you and Omen. One of you, not both.
It seems the enemy team likes to default to a side and go all in. If the enemy team were to decide to split up and actually form some form of a strategy, they might be able to catch off the home team. But of course, we want the home team to win, right? So let's hope they continue to keep doing whatever they're doing currently and let Neagle9's team hold it down and do whatever they need to do. Alright, it seems like they have switched it up
Push A.
and are now going through A, or mid at least.
They're hard.
And
They all are.
yeah, it seems like they are A. They are fully at A.
Planted.
And they have planted the bomb for the first time in this whole match. Now let's see if Neagle9's team, specifically him and the Omen, can clean up. Seems like the Sage has the upper hand using a heavy.
It's just quiet.
Let's see what happens.
360 on scope.
Just run around, max DPI, and do 360.
Yeah, this is
Blinded.
Neagle9 actually wants to win, so he's not going to listen to his enemy team, which is a good idea when they're trying to meme.
You're supposed
Neagle9 manages to blind both of them. Unfortunately, he could not get the kill on the Omen.
to sus
Hit 80.
me, and
No, I was just trying to keep him blind there.
I
Time
know,
to stop
but
back
you
up.
were supposed to spin around in circles and 360 them.
Listen, I'm a swordsman. I don't do that stuff.
Well, then you should have knifed them.
This is a knife. That's not a sword.
Alright, memes aside, Neagle9
Buy me.
is doing incredibly well. Unfortunately, he could not win that for his team, but that is A-okay.
3 people mid.
Time to hunt.
Neagle9 managed to get at least a little bit of information.
It's us.
knowing that they are not going B, and it seems like they're fully committing to A. Which is good for them, but bad for Neagle9's team because they cannot retake like they think they are able to. But the good part is Sage is now on a triple kill, a 3K,
Enemy remaining.
and Sage is on a 4K. Let her get the ace, and unfortunately the Phoenix steals the ace from their Sage.
Okay.
If I was the Sage, I'd be upset, but they win the round anyway, which is always good in the end.
Probably shouldn't
Can I get a
be going
drop?
for that long push. there.
Thanks.
Okay, that's kind of fine. But yeah, probably shouldn't be going after that ult point and just go.
Alright, it seems like the enemy team is defaulting to A now. Let's see if the enemy team decides to switch it up to see if they can get the win and
See what happens.
keep Neagle9's team on their toes.
Satchel out.
Let's see what happens here.
Pushing A heaven.
Satchel out.
That is good aggression from the Rays, but unfortunately the Rays could not get anything since the Omen immediately killed the Rays right away. Neagle9 gets the kill and the spike, but unfortunately he gets blinded by the breach. That means the breach is going to be coming.
Blinded.
And sure enough, the breach went up, blinded, but still managed to get the kill. Sage gets a kill, but unfortunately
Last
gets
player
cleaned up
standing.
by the enemy team Phoenix with the Spectre. And of course, their Phoenix does not check any angle, but that's okay because their enemy team Phoenix was only sitting there on the stairs.
Where was Spike again?
It was the person you killed, but I think yep.
And now the enemy team is planting up top.
Spike planted.
Let's see if this Phoenix can clutch up and get them the round win. Although they can afford a loss. It's always good. Alright, the run it back is now out. Let's see what happens if
Start fusing.
the Phoenix can clean up anything from this. Unfortunately, he is not able to.
They're defusing.
And
It's above.
unfortunately, he, I guess, does not know that it's up. That is actually a really good wall by the enemy Sage.
Just save, man. Just
Yeah,
save.
just
It's a loss.
No, saving for noobs going there.
That was super smart. I gotta say.
How do they miss that many shots?
That was pretty good by the enemy team, I will admit.
Wow. Okay, that was.
That was really well done by the enemy team.
I'll leave.
They managed to get a round off of Neagle9's team,
That was super smart on their part.
and
that was amazing.
Yeah.
it was through purely
Stupid, okay?
cheese
So
of the Sage. But hopefully this time they're able to prevent the Sage from walling like that again, as this next round decides to start in 5 seconds. And the round starts, and Neagle9 initiates with his wolf to see if he can get anything. Seems Yoru has a op as well. So let's see if they can kill Yoru without losing any of their teammates. Because if you kill Yoru, it takes away the op, and now they don't have an issue. Unfortunately, the spike has been planted, and they get 1 kill on the Omen. Unfortunately, the
Last
breach
player standing.
had the advantage there by not being distracted or blinded.
do not have headphones.
Oxic, do you have headphones?
You see him! What? You
What?
literally
What
just
is
shot
happening?
this guy.
Right.
Why
It's
would you
safe.
ADS? Bro,
What?
are you okay?
You died to
Last round before the
Alright,
short.
it seems like
So, are you
the home
okay?
team is starting to fall a little bit.
Can someone
Alright,
get this?
But
yeah, I'm buying for myself
Can
here.
I get a drop?
let's see what happens. Let's see if they can pull out this round at least.
This round.
The enemy team does have their ultimates ready.
What?
Neagle9 and his team definitely do have some ults as well. Let's see if they can do anything about it as this round starts. Their Phoenix, the enemy team Phoenix uses the run it back as the enemy team breach gets a kill. All the ults are going out right now,
No sense.
trying to get the round
Real
for the enemy team, and it seems to be working out for the enemy team as they're able to get a whole bunch of kills. And all that's left is Neagle9 as the enemy team plants.
Mind if I save?
There's no need to save. It's the last round.
Is it?
You got this for
Yeah.
round.
Yeah.
That is a-okay. They're still ahead,
Okay, looks like they
but 5 is all they get, right? Alright. Good utility buy from Neagle9 as he gets shields and just the classic.
Yeah, we just need to stick together and so I can.
And now they are on the attacking side.
Should actually stay with you guys.
And yeah, that last couple of rounds for
Pushing A.
the home team were not the best. It seems like they lost their team cohesion somewhere in there. But as long as they stick together and hold it together this time around, they will be able to get these wins that they need.
Okay,
As long as they keep together and stick to themselves.
I think on this one.
Yes.
They start to lose it, and they may continue to lose it. They will evidently lose and tilt over, and it would not be good for anybody. Let's see what happens as the round starts. The smokes go out, and they take to angles as Raze initiates with her painted grenades.
Time to hunt.
Alright, the little Wolfie goes out. He gets some information,
Spike
and the home team is able to get 2 kills as they see the Omen, but don't make any advances towards the Omen.
one
And the enemy Omen goes down. All that's left is the enemy Yoru. And we don't know where the enemy Yoru is. We have no vision or anything like that as long as they hold angles. Except now they see the enemy Yoru, and the enemy Yoru dies to the Phoenix.
Killing
He
over
was
here.
a gangster.
Alright, the next buy phase goes out as Neagle9 picks up a Spectre possibly. Although it would be better
Bro.
to
We're
save.
gonna push C, okay?
Let's see what happens here. Actually, he just buys the Ghost.
In all seriousness,
Which is
we're
good.
Going to the same thing, right?
Going C. Going C.
No, we're going to C.
Going C. Continue to overwhelm.
It seems like this enemy team is full of memes. I mean, this home team is full of memes. But that is a-okay. Because it's okay to be cocky and ride on the high of
Here.
your winnings.
Reloading.
But
Breach is
it's also good to stay focused and get at least a little serious.
Hawk out.
So flashes are going out already. The walls are going out and being used.
Hunt.
Neagle9 uses his wolf to try and get at least a little bit of information as he sees 3 people on the site.
Hawk out.
Let's see if anything can happen from that.
Blinded.
Unfortunately, the Raze goes down after trading. They still have numbers advantage currently as the enemy team is in the back of the site. He sees Yoru.
Reloading.
And he's able to get the kill on Omen, and that is it for the round as Neagle9 picks up 2 kills and manages to win it for his team. He definitely seems to be carrying, if anything. I would be surprised if he wasn't the MVP, although he is probably on par with the Sage, with their Sage, seeing that the Sage was getting 4 kills in the last couple of rounds for defending. Alright, now Neagle9 ends up picking up a Guardian
Yes.
and didn't sell it. Instead, picks up a Stinger instead. That is completely okay, though. I don't know what the thought process was there, but that's fine for now as the next round starts. Mollies go out, grenades go out. I don't know what the plan was there for that Raze,
Spike down.
but unfortunately we lose the spike. Get information on the breach. The breach dies, but the Sage doesn't, and the enemy Phoenix does not either. As the Sage tries to clean up, but unfortunately gets killed by the enemy team Omen.
wow, but that's okay, guys.
6 is all they get.
No.
Alright, it seems to be a full buy now for Neagle9, except It is not, because he is a little low on funds since he did not sell the Guardian.
No, come here, come here, come here.
Come
Just
on,
one round,
man,
just one
no.
round, just one round, just one round.
Dude, what? Why would we do that?
Come here, come here, come here.
No, I'm not
Ergonomic.
doing
Come
that.
here, come here, Phoenix.
Let's go.
Ergonomics,
Nah, I'm good.
They're trying to meme and mess around, but Neagle9 is not about it.
Trying to win, man.
He wants to actually win, of course.
It's bronze to me.
The flamethrower goes out, kills nobody.
I hit 120 on breach.
Unfortunately, the breach does not go down,
In his toes, and he went
and because they were messing around, they're losing team cohesion,
Last player standing.
and they're going to lose this round evidently. Unless Phoenix decides to clutch up here, unfortunately, they could not.
Alright, I would like to remind people that you can mute people if you so wish.
They think they know pain. They can't begin to comprehend it.
This is very unfortunate.
Kind of you to mute.
They are very poor right now.
Taking this.
Reloading.
I mean, it's not kind, but it is what I need.
No.
Alright,
Seems like the Sage is throwing for some reason,
let's go this away.
but let's hope the 4v5 can work out, or the Sage decides to
Over.
focus up and actually just try and do something.
Reloading.
Cover going out.
Heal up, squad.
Let's see what happens as the round starts. They get a little bit of information knowing where the Phoenix is, and the Omen decides to put out smokes. It seems like they are sniping, and Phoenix gets a kill on the enemy team Yoru, and Sage cleans up the Omen. Now they know where the breach is. Let's see if they can get a kill on the breach, or at least try to flank. Sure enough, they're able to, and Neagle9 plants on the site.
Planted.
Now all they gotta do is just hold angles, and they will be able to do this, unless Sage is really good at retaking.
Not a good spot.
Let's see what happens. Sure enough, the Phoenix gets the triple,
Heal up.
getting the headshot on the Sage, and that's how they win the round.
Okay.
Heal up. Stay safe. We're going back in.
Keeping this as is. I'm taking this.
Neagle9 is on his signature weapon, so he should have no problem with the close range fights like he likes to get into. Let's see what happens as the home team.
Wanna do it? Sure. There's gonna be.
You should have returned it and then picked it up.
Decides to
This is why I like late night, because it prevents
mess
all this
around.
from happening usually.
Cover going out.
Let's see what happens as the round starts. Smokes go out. Omen ults. Seems like Omen ulted behind them,
Ah, I tried to turn for that one. I knew it was
Spike
coming.
down A.
and unfortunately he did not hear him.
We need
And now let's see if the home team can clutch up and do what they need to do.
Carriers down.
Spike down A.
It seems like it might be the case, but possibly not, as they know where Yoru is and get the kill on Yoru, but unfortunately the enemy team Phoenix does kill the home team Raze,
Kill my ally.
and they end up killing the Phoenix,
One enemy
and they
remaining.
kill the Sage. Let's see if the home team Sage can clutch up and kill the breach. They know where the breach is because the breach was resurrected, and they get the kill on the breach and manage to win the round. Good job to the home team.
I'm twitchy.
All right.
Go already.
We're on the last two rounds as Neagle9 gets
Omen pop up
No.
next to me. I was just like, okay.
to do these things,
Hard, hope for the best.
pick up the bomb, get his ultimate ready, and his judge.
Yeah, Omen. Just sell.
Unfortunately, the enemy Omen did use his ult, so he's not able to clean up on against Neagle9 again,
This Omen is
which is
extremely-
excellent for the home team, because Neagle9, other than the Sage, is their carry and their glue. Let's see what happens as the Raze uses her ults, tries to get a kill on the Phoenix, but unfortunately cannot do anything about it, as the Omen uses his ult and sees the enemy team Omen and gets the kill on the enemy team Omen, as the enemy team Omen killed their Phoenix. Neagle9 gets no information with that and is able to get the kill on the Breach. Thankfully, after having an ability out, and gets the kill on the Phoenix. All they need to do is hold angles or plant, and unfortunately they could not do that because Neagle9 decided to move around
One enemy remaining.
and use
He's in the corner.
his own gun against him as the Yoru dies to the Sage, and Sage gets another lovely kill on the enemy team.
Match point.
It is now match point, and they can definitely win as long as nothing terrible happens. It seems like nothing terrible will happen, though, because they decided to clutch it up and actually win the game itself. Good on them, and good job for keeping the enemy team, keeping the enemy team on their toes
Probably.
and keeping the home team together.
We all could die. I mean, isn't that the name of the game?
Satchel out.
Let's see what happens. As the bomb is actually timed this time and doesn't really do anything incredible, as the 3 carries are up top and are trying to see if they can get any picks. Phoenix uses his ult and gets immediately taken down because the Breach is right there holding that angle. Neagle9 gets no information other than the fact that his team is dead. Unfortunately, he could not get any of those kills, and they lose the round evidently.
Spike down
So,
A.
that didn't work.
Flawless.
Yeah, no, not at all.
But we have to stay on there.
We move as a unit, okay? Last thing I need is some hero messing things up.
I'm going.
I think the smarter play here would definitely be to try and go for B.
Wanna try going from mid?
Or going through mid. Mid is a pretty solid idea because if you go through mid, you're able to pick off and then just choose any site you want.
Excuses, excuses. Excuses.
Cover going out.
Alright, let's see what happens here
I'm
as
gonna go mid.
hopefully the team keeps cohesion and are able to clean up the round and end it completely.
Walker's dead.
That was a good teleport on the Omen. Let's see if anything can come from this. Alright, Neagle9 initiates with his Wolf as he now knows where the Omen is. Unfortunately, he gets no other information except for the fact that Sage killed the enemy team Phoenix. And Breach uses his ult
Hawk out.
to try and see what he can do, but unfortunately the Breach goes down from the home team Sage, and Omen kills the home team Sage. Let's see if the home team can clean up here. Phoenix is going to try to hold them off as Neagle9 tries to do the flank thing and try and plant at B. Or at least go through middle. Let's see what happens here. The play is definitely to go through middle as the enemy team seems to be fully distracted.
30 seconds left.
All Neagle9 has to do is just plant. And we'll be able to see what happens from here. See if they can hold the angles and do whatever they need to do.
Go me, go me.
Let's see as the enemy team now notices that they have planted. Let's see if they can make their way. And sure enough, Neagle9 is able to clean up on the Sage, knowing exactly where the Sage would be, getting a double kill.
Probably compromising that position.
Let's see if Neagle9 can get the triple. Or unless the Phoenix gets the kill himself. But where is the Omen? And Phoenix cleans up on the Omen, winning them the round and the match. And that is GG's all around. Interesting match, interesting team to deal with. Let's hear from Neagle9.
Oh, with a border for me. And that's bronze.
That was something.
Yes. Yes, it was. So, want to analyze all that with me instead of by yourself for right now?
Yeah, let's
Because that
let's
was
analyze after
interesting
commentating.
all-around round or game, I should say.
yes.
Oh,
So what are your thoughts before I go into my in-depth analysis?
this is the reason why I prefer midnight or super late at night, because it prevents the kids who are just getting done with their homework a chance to go to bed first, and then the adults can actually play because I don't. It's about a certain level of maturity that I need for this game. I can deal with this range. It's actually not too bad in my opinion. But yeah, it's still distracting because they can get overly hyped or like super depressed. And for them, depression is them just goofing off, which is not what I want. So yeah, this game was very weird in the beginning, and then got fairly decent in the middle. So yeah, yeah, I don't know. I seem to be a more stabilizing force in that group after I muted the Sage because that Sage, oh boy.
Yeah.
So, what's your thoughts? Because I still need to calm down.
Right. So right off the bat, you guys had really good cohesion. You guys were doing extremely well. At least, well, if you, as long as you stay on this victory skin, I can actually analyze using this. Don't go to the other tabs. I can just go based off of this.
Yeah, I can actually point to whichever round you want now.
Right. So round one, right off the bat, it was incredibly good because all of you, well, it seems most of you got a majority of the kills, and the Sage was really popping off throughout the whole game, but just despite how they were acting on voice.
Yeah.
Voice
wasn't too great. Actions were amazing.
Yes, I agree. Their game skill and game sense was actually phenomenal. Unfortunately, not the best person on voice. So during round 2, it was very unfortunate because you guys got caught out. But after that, you guys just completely popped off. It was actually incredible seeing you guys come together with extremely good cohesion and just going through and just cleaning up, you with your double kills and your triples, and catching them off guard as they decided to push through mid was incredible. I actually did say, as things were happening, that if the enemy team were to like switch up and try and like split off, it might actually catch you guys off guard because the enemy team really liked to focus and commit fully to one side.
Yeah, that's what I noticed as well.
Exactly. So that part was really interesting to see you guys just tear them apart. And on the rounds that they did get the kills, it seems like they did throw you guys off guard because you guys were expecting them to go one way, or one got too overzealous and initiated like the Raze, and the Raze immediately gets picked off. But other than that, the rest of it was pretty good until round 10, 11, and 12. It seems like that's where the team cohesion decided to fall off because they decided to start memeing.
We were just going, we were goofing off because we were getting overconfident.
Honestly. Right. And I actually did mention that being cocky is okay as long as you can continue to ride that high. But if you let it get to you as a kid would, then you will evidently fail. And once you realize that you're failing, you will, get upset, you'll tilt, you'll start to do worse because you'll get in your own head. But it seemed like all of that cleared off.
So round 16 was when the Sage was like, hey, let's go into this corner over here. And like, I am not getting walled in with you in that corner.
Yeah, that was upsetting me.
No, like, it's fine, it's iron. Like, no, it isn't for me. I'm bronze.
Right. Yeah, so like, it was a lot of weird team balancing after round 14 because you guys held it together for sure on round 13 and 14, but 15 and 16 was a little odd, and after 16 you muted the Sage, kept everybody together, the memes were done and over with, and 17...
remember that you have a mute function that you can use. Like, well, that's not very nice. Like, it's not, but I'm doing it anyways.
Bingo. And that's all you needed to do, because after that you guys just cleaned up and did your thing. 17, 18, and 19 you guys did extremely well, even though you didn't get...
I'm so mad about 18.
Yeah, so
oh my god,
I actually have something to say about 18. So in round 18 you heard Omen's ult go off, and of course it's very hard to tell where he teleports, but
I knew exactly where he was. He was like, okay, he's gonna be in that back right edge of where I'm standing, so I need to turn to that. But I overturned and went to the doorway instead.
Well,
So yeah.
I'll just say from the stream's point of view, since I am watching it and commentating through that, from the stream's point of view, you weren't turning quick enough. It seems like you
Yeah.
hesitated because if you would have turned as you heard the sound cue of him coming in, you could have stopped him from teleporting. Either that
Yeah,
or
so-
you could have watched him and then killed him as he came in.
Yeah, so the thing about that, because I actually did that a couple of days ago, where I heard the Omen teleport come in, and I pretended like I didn't notice him, and as soon as he became physical, I just blasted him. So I was trying to do that again,
That's
but
fair.
honestly, I got cocky from my previous success.
Yeah,
So I
and
tried to do the fancy
Yeah,
instead
that-
of actually like getting him on screen-ish,
right.
pretend like I didn't notice him. That
Yeah,
would have been a better bet.
that
But
is
instead, I
definitely
decided
a
to
lot
go
of that is a lot of things that players tend to like fall into. They like once they winning a whole bunch and doing pretty well, they'll get into their own heads, get a little cocky, and then they end up faltering it because of that. One thing I will say is like just maintain focus and get the kill instead of being cocky and
Yeah.
everything. But of course, you can say that outside of the match and before the match, but then during the
Oh
match,
yeah, hindsight's 2020.
exactly. And plus, like from an observer and commentator perspective, of course I see everything. But then you in the middle of the match, you only see so much.
Yeah, you have a cool head. I'm amped.
Exactly. So after that, so that was the only real blunder I could really see, other than the team cohesion faltering a little bit here and there. But after that, you just popped off. Cause so like what I like to say that you don't know about is that when you're playing and I'm watching, I consider the judge your signature weapon, and
Yeah,
the
it
reason
is.
is because I tell them that you're really good at your like getting into close range fights, and you're quick with the judge, you're able to aim with the judge pretty well, and you use shotguns, and that is your
Yeah,
thing.
I'm what I refer to as a close quarter specialist.
Exactly.
I'm really good within like, 10, 5 meters. Like
Right.
I'm really good in that, like really up close personal stuff. Like, what was that? What was that round? Yeah, this round. 2 meters. I quick turned on that man. And
Exactly.
then a heartbeat later, I killed the other dude that was further away.
Yep.
But
And
then
then
the person behind me got me.
unfortunately you didn't check behind you, which
Yeah.
I understand. I probably wouldn't have checked behind
So
me either.
would have been checking that out, right?
Yeah, actually, yes. The sage could have, but Anyway,
They were too far away.
right. Anyway, and then round 21, we all know how that went. It was your best
Yeah.
round, and you did what you normally do. You picked up your Phantom, which is also your other signature weapon, and you just went to town. So, one thing I will say after analyzing the rounds is keep in mind your strengths, but also keep in mind your weaknesses and the fact that the enemy team. Always remember and keep to yourself that the enemy team can and will figure out your weakness and exploit it very easily and very quickly. Always assume
Yeah.
the enemy team is smarter than you.
My main weakness is distance.
Right.
That's my main thing. Like, I'm very good at close range, but longer range I struggle with. Like,
Which is
anything outside of like 40 meters, I have problems with.
exactly, and it's also really good that you know that yourself, because now you know to not peek any sniper ranges, not to peek any long sight lines unless you have a gun just as long. And you always try to at least catch people off flank or off guard. But unfortunately, if they're holding the angle or if they have peeker's advantage, you're out of luck regardless. It just depends on who shoots first. But other than that, they will always assume the enemy team is smarter than you. Always assume the enemy team is better than you. Even if you're doing extremely well, always assume that, because they could clutch up and they could get together and reconvene and just completely wipe your team at any given moment. So that's always something to keep in mind.
The interesting thing is the breach on their side was doing really well in the second half.
The breach was
because,
insane.
Yeah, he picked up a judge and just waited.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you got to do.
it
You
was
just got to have
great.
the patience.
He became an ambush predator, and I love it.
He was really good. He was definitely your adversary. He was
Yeah.
actually on your tail for like more than half the match.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. We're right next to each other in terms
Exactly.
of combat score.
Exactly. But yeah, other than that, always assume that the enemy team will know your strength as well, and they'll try to use it against you. Where like, you
The
know,
rage killed me the most.
yeah, exactly. So always keep in
But yeah,
mind that like the enemy team
yeah.
will take advantage of your strengths and try to use it against you, knowing that you're going to play in your strengths and then wait for you. And you'll go in thinking with your judge, you're thinking like, oh, you know, I'll just, you know, turn on them, blah blah blah. And then just like the Omen, he was waiting around that corner, and you just get gunned down because you weren't exactly ready.
Yep.
But
Yeah, that's the main thing. Like, when I decide I'm gonna go, like, okay, I'm going in. That is also a point where I become probably my most vulnerable
I
because
agree.
I'm just like, I am going to slay everything in my path, and then meanwhile they're just sitting there, pretty, waiting for the right ambush.
Exactly, because even though you may pick off 2 or 3 people,
Yeah,
there's always that
there's
person to the
always
left or the
one
right
more.
in that corner.
There's always one more. That's actually
Exactly.
one of the things that I keep on reminding everyone that I'd say. Uh, It's not that I'm terrible at head counting in strenuous situations. It's the fact that I always add one more to whatever number I'm actually staring at.
Exactly.
Because I'm assuming there's someone I'm not accounting for.
Right. And for the
So if
people
I
at
see two
home,
people, I say three.
exactly. So for the people at home that want to learn anything from what we've talked about and done today, from those watching Neagle9 stream or those watching my perspective and commentating on my channel, you will see and understand that there is always one more. They will always exploit your weaknesses. They will always try to use your strengths against you. And always, always, always assume that the enemy team is much smarter than you and a lot better than you. Because half the time they are, and then half the time they're not. But you can't let that get to you either way, because if you get too cocky, you'll falter. If you get too beat up about it and beat yourself up about it, you'll falter anyway. So it's always good to find that even balance, understand your strengths and your weaknesses, understand that they can use the same thing against you, and may the best man win. Hopefully you shoot first.
Yeah. One final note, and kind of to drive home the point that these people were not accustomed to other strategies. When we lost half of our team, when we got our sage down, and they had ult, and they could have brought someone back.
Right.
The enemy team assumed that we were going to commit. We didn't.
Exactly.
We immediately rotated out of there and planted and then set up shop. I aimed at head level where I thought the person was going to be, and that's where they were, and I got the kill.
Exactly.
That's simple.
And it's great that you make that point, because that also enhances my point, because it goes both ways. Sure, always assume the enemy team knows your strengths, your weaknesses, will exploit both, and is probably better than, and always think that they're better than you. But along the same vein, if you know their weaknesses, if you know their strengths, if you know that you play better than the remaining enemy teammates, then use that to your advantage as well. As Neagle9 has played with me a lot, he knows about conditioning, and he knows about counterplanting and when to split off and do the thing. So it was great seeing Neagle9 use that same tactic, even though he wasn't on Omen. He still had the same amount of speed and pressure that he was able to cause. Because the Phoenix also did really good in supporting you, because he stayed and caused noise, caused distraction, used a flash, blah, 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 as you went slowly around through planted. It was perfect.
Yep.
And then, of course, you knew exactly where the sage was going to be. I love that for you. Holy crap, I'm so proud of you.
I've been playing a lot.
I'm so proud of you.
I was just like, I'm just going to wait here.
That was good.
I was thinking, like, okay, these people have been playing very linearly.
Exactly.
Let's just throw a slight curve into our throw and see what happens.
You know their strengths
Wow,
and their weaknesses.
Apparently we did well.
Yeah, see, and that's all it is. As long as you know their strengths and their weaknesses, you can use that against them and win. Along the same vein that they can do the
Analysis
same to you.
and analysis and transpositional thinking.
Exactly. And as long as you shoot first, you'll probably get the kill.
They were using an Odin.
Yeah.
They were used an Odin at that range. I'm just like, buddy, you're not gonna make that shot.
They could have had you
Odin's
if they were there before you.
Odin's really good at clearing a room, but you have to spin it up.
Exactly. That, and if she was there before you, already knowing where you would be, that you would plant the other side, she would have
yeah.
killed you. Because
Oh, yeah.
the Odin, as long as you shoot first with the Odin, you're probably going to get the kill.
Yeah, I would also like to point out that where I planted the spike, I didn't put it on default. I put it slightly off, so that if they
Exactly.
tried to defuse, they would be out in the middle of the open.
Exactly. Which was incredibly
Which is a
smart.
perfect thing for the Phoenix to do. So
Exactly.
yeah, the whole thing was that, okay, Phoenix can use an ability to like either he already uses fire. I remember that.
Uh-huh.
I try to keep nowadays I try to keep track of my allies' abilities, like
Exactly.
what they've used and what they haven't used. And
That's
okay,
good.
he probably has his firewall still up. He can probably do something with that, and I'll play off of that with some of my abilities. Because I think I
Exactly.
had like one blind left, and if he
Right.
got hurt, I can heal him if he manages to pull out.
Exactly. So yeah,
That's the main thing
overall,
that I have to worry about. Them actually getting out of a firefight, not dying immediately.
right. So yeah, overall, you played that you and that Phoenix played that last round like you guys have been playing together for like hours. It was really good.
It actually felt really nice. It felt comfortable because he had a very level head, and we had pretty much constant communication throughout the entire
Yeah,
game.
he was
I
good.
mean, look at round 1. I mean, I refragged him.
You did, yeah.
He got first blood. He died, and then I refragged him.
Yeah, that was
Immediately.
that was a really good trade. Incredibly good
Yeah.
trade. I believe I made a
And then
comment
it
on
set
that.
me up for another kill.
Yeah. It was like there was a lot of times during the other rounds where like you guys got really good trades off of each other.
Yep.
So yeah, overall, pretty good. Of
Yeah.
course, got a little bad eggs here and there, but you know, it's comp.
I mean, sometimes the person that is top of the board isn't exactly the nicest person.
No.
But you can't argue with skill.
True. He had the skills to show for it, but his personality probably wasn't the best. Well, we know it wasn't the best.
Yeah,
But,
it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. But overall, good match.
Yeah, that was a good match, and I kind of want to just leave it at that. I don't want to have a bad taste after that one. That was just too good.
Honestly, that is completely fine.
So, yeah, this is going to be the first of this new series, I guess, that we're doing. I'm still going to be doing the Get Good, but Oteno over here is going to be doing the, what do you want to even call this?
I'm calling it, I guess, commentary. Because, like, I'm commenting on, you know, the whole thing and the whole team.
Sorry, it's not about you. I just remembered, like...
What?
You are my David Attenborough. Here we see the wild Neagle9 with his judge in hand, sneaking up on the enemy.
That's exactly what it is, actually. Except it's a lot faster and louder, but yeah, that's exactly it.
Oh yeah, but still. Plus you don't have a British accent.
True.
Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna be doing that. I'm gonna be doing my thing
analysis.
via live stream, and you're gonna be doing your thing in
Video format.
mid? Sure.
Yeah, mid commentary.
Because it's not post, but it's not pre either.
Yeah, it's more like post analysis and then mid commentary during the match.
Yeah. We'll call it that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Running a little bit short for the actual time frame. Probably gonna have to adjust that in future.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's been fun. It's
Oh,
been really
yeah.
fun actually. And we're gonna be doing more of this later. Unfortunately, there will be no D&D stream this upcoming Friday because our dungeon master is having an anniversary. So they have an evening all to themselves. The rest of us are just gonna sit in a corner and twirl our thumbs or something. I don't know.
You know, as we do.
But yeah, that should be coming back the following Friday. So yeah, and we have the new timeline with the new group, or quote unquote new. So yeah, and Mass Effect 2 is coming to a wrap soon, actually, because we're in the end game. There's only like I don't know, a handful of missions left, even at that. I'm not even sure if there's even like more than no. There's probably less than 5 missions
Mm,
left that we're actually going to be doing. Not sure if it's going to be one giant stream this upcoming Sunday or not, but we'll see.
indeed.
And I've been working on some stuff for my DeviantArt stories and such. So yeah, I'm actually gonna talk to you, buddy boyo, after we end
Okay.
about that. So yeah, things are progressing in all areas, and of course, the YouTubes for both of us are gonna be up and hopefully up to date soon. For me, at least.
Yeah.
All right. That's gonna be all for me for now. Till next time.
Yep.
Bye.
See ya.